Hi, welcome to the Sports Marvel channel. And today I'm not talking like an FPL expert, but a avid Liverpool fan. And I'm just trying to figure out that what has been missing with Liverpool, why they have been so terrible. I mean, it just looks like a bad dream, and any Liverpool supporter can understand. And even the rival supporters also would say, what has actually happened to Liverpool? I mean, everything was going so good even though we were winning games when we didn't deserve to actually the start of the season, but people were calling us as mentality monsters and not somebody. Oh, okay, you're not, just that everybody is going to get together and things will start shaping up. You'll have better performances, and then obviously we're going to win most of the games. But unfortunately, here we are struggling right now, and there have been a couple of pointers I was looking at and probably what exactly is happening. So I think there are four or five points which I would probably discuss further, and the reasons just think that why this unbelievable I would say the tragic kind of a performance that we are seeing, right? It's actually a very painful watch right now. I think the first and foremost, which I feel is the biggest reason why it is happening, is that because uh, Arne Slot is very unsure right now that what exactly his strategy is. Now, when I say that why he's unsure because last time when Liverpool were doing actually pretty well, uh, there was one. I think there was one feedback probably, or I think one thing which he was doing constantly was actually playing the same 11. Most of the times you would see that everybody was there was one player only that was playing. I mean, there was one particular team only that was actually playing all the matches, and we actually ran out of steam when it came to the semifinals against PSG as well as against Newcastle, the Carabao Cup. So I think at that time, and it also coincided with the fact that when the renewals were pending for all these big hitters, I would say Mo Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent, the talk was that we definitely need the more squad depth in the team, and hence, just to compete in all the competitions, this was actually taken forward by Slot. The problem, what it led to, was that even though we got great players, but we lost a lot of players also. And I think you cannot even put words to the sad demise of Diego Jota. May his soul rest in peace. And what kind of turmoil that was mentally for everybody at Liverpool. But nothing more than what his family would have seen. So that was one. We also lost a lot of player. Nunes left actually the club as well. We had Luis Diaz, who I believe was very important for us last season. He left, and then we got a couple of forwards. But the problem, what happened was because of this kind of a situation, Slot tried actually too many combinations that it can work, and what would be my best team. Now, what really happens when this kind of a situation actually comes to the fore is that you actually lose a lot of the balance which you had, and to have 4 to 5 new players in the squad, it makes a lot of difference, and it's not very easy. Now, why Slot actually lost this strategy, and why he wasn't able to deliver, and right now, I mean, why he's not able to deliver right now. So what happened actually to Arne Slot, and why he's not able to deliver right now? Number one thing is he's trying to get everybody up and running very quickly. So all the players like Kirkes, Wirtz, um, Hugo Ekitike, then you have Isaac, Frimpong, great players. They have done brilliantly from the previous years, and everybody knows that they're just elite players. Right? So, getting everybody in the team, firstly, is a big challenge, and the biggest problem which we have actually seen is that what balance is now here in the team, right? How Kirkis is playing and how Robertson used to play. That's a huge change now because Robertson, even though he started losing pace in the last leg, I would say, of the season, last season. But he still actually had that mentality, and he still has that mentality of actually, knowing that when to defend, when to actually push back, and when actually to, take care of the defense. Another problem which has happened is that Konate has actually lost a lot of his, I would say, his pace, and even Van Dijk also. Not even pace, maybe focus and everything, and maybe even the intent. I'll talk about that later. But Kirkis has done that, and I think the biggest problem which has occurred is that when Wirtz has come in the squad, you would find that obviously the balance has been all over the place. There is. It seemed as if Liverpool are actually playing three at the back and maybe eight at the front. And you can see that the whole midfield is kind of an empty, which was not the case last time. And I think one of the biggest reasons that not many people are talking about it, and that's what I also feel very strongly, is that uh, Liverpool always come from a mentality of, you know, maximizing whatever they have under adversities. They have never been very big spenders. They have never been uh, those kind of, that kind of a club rather who would go big. Now, nothing against City or Chelsea or Manchester United, anybody, right? But we were always built with that, I would say, with that soul of giving your all, and it's like just being efficient to what we have and probably how we can maximize the resources available. Some of the players which are existing in the team, just I think that we have superstars all over the place. Now there is no, I'm not saying there is no point of actually giving 100%, but there is some sort of a, I'd say, uh, maybe an inhibition to actually go for certain things, and probably that's the reason why I think we are not seeing a lot of these second balls that we are winning, and why teams have been able to have those long balls played to us, and we right now seem to be having no answers for that. So let's talk about certain players and individuals also, that why that is a challenge for us. Okay. Now let's talk about Virgil van Dijk as one of the players who has actually, obviously, we don't need to say much about Van Dijk. I mean, he's one of the best ever to have graced the game in this Premier League. But if you look at his stats, what Virgil has done, I think you would find that there are a lot of, I would say, gaping holes in his game right now. So on the left you have the stats which are from 2024-25, and on the right you have 25-26. uh, Now just look at the number of passes he's completing, and he's completed last year, this year there is no change in that. He made more tackles last year as compared to this one, so at least it was one tackle. Maybe there is an inhibition for him to even go for those tackles and all. And right now what is happening is he's winning a lot of duels. Now this may look great on stats that okay, there are so many duels he's winning, but there is another problem, is that how many times Liverpool's defense is getting exposed. He has to make a lot of clearances. It's 9.6 to 5.2 as an average. Now this is as an average per match, okay, and we have stimulated in a way that we have played 9 games right now, and it's just the average of 9 games, and the last one for the whole season we're averaging per match. Now the intersection per match, again, last year it was 1.6, this year it's 1.2. So when you are facing a lot of attacks, you have to clear a lot of, you're not able to intercept that much. That is actually a problematic thing. And that's the reason why, and that's why you would see that the goals conceded per match, which was 1.1, is now it has shot up to 1.6. So that's concerning. Now it actually falls to two more players who are, I won't say responsible, but actually who are actually contributing to this. The other one is Konate. For Ibu, the problem has been that he is again, the number of duels which he's contesting is far more this season because he has to be in that place. It's the same thing with Virgil. It's 7.3 to 10.7. He's making more tackles, which is again, it is a double-edged sword. He has to make more tackles. That's great. He's winning more aerial duels because a lot of teams are actually playing the long balls. He's winning a lot of them. I think that's not a bad ratio. That just winning. I mean, winning 70%. He has to have more ground duels, and he has been pretty more successful there. Also, he's making more clearances. He's making more interceptions. He's blocking more shots, but his ball recovery has been lesser as compared to what it was last year. So even though these stats look good, but we all know that Konate is kind of a shadow of himself. And I'll tell you why this actually is a very, a damning stat. Look at the gentleman which is in front of him, and which was Ryan Gravenberg. Ryan Gravenberg had a stellar season last year, and everybody said that he had breakthrough seasons. Lotas another a gem of a player, and he was in the team of the year last year also. He started okay this year, but obviously has tapered off in the last couple of games. Been injured, obviously. But the reason why this is very, very important to look at is that he's creating more chances this year. Now, the reason why this is the case is that he's actually looking to become a box to box player. Last year, he was just sitting back. He was just waiting for the defenses to be solid. He was not releasing everybody, and uh, I'm not so sure even he scored any goal last year. So this year, I think the intent for him has been to go forward. If you see the passes he's attempting is more, he's getting more involved in the build-ups also. He has got more progressive passing, which are the forward passing, but he has got less as a backward passing, as well as sideways passing. He is not contesting these many duels because he's kind of on the run majorly, so he is not much into these physical engagements. The tackles, interceptions, everything is fine. The clearances has suddenly become less. And the most important stat would be the last two one, which are the ball recovery as the possession loss. So this, what it has done is the Gravenberg's position, which when it has become more forward, and with Wirtz coming in the team, who is your shield in the midfield? Last year it was McAllister. McAllister is like struggling big time, and McAllister I have not even put stats on McAllister because he has not played many games, but he looks a shadow of himself, like Gravenberg, but not to that extent as McAllister, but McAllister is a problem. The problem is Wirtz also playing at the forward line, majorly as a somebody who is a creator, somebody would go up. So this is the reason why Konate and Van Dijk are getting overworked. Then you come at the situation of Milos Kerkez. Now, Kerkez has been everybody saying that it's a big disappointment. He is somebody who has not been great, and obviously has been a kind of a schoolboy. I think Gary Neville said that he's performing like a schoolboy. But there's a very interesting stat of Kirkis as well. See the passes he's attempting. He's attempting more passes. He's getting more in possession because Liverpool at an average would have more possession than Bournemouth of last year. Then last year he was contesting lesser duels. That's again he is actually being part of the action majorly. And the reason why is that a lot of the opposition teams are also actually targeting him and getting him into those things. He's actually not getting. The good thing is obviously the tackles he's making. He's getting fewer fouls. Uh, Take-ons completed. I think it's kind of similar. But again, if you see, he has to do a lot of these clearances actually for Liverpool. And again, because of this midfield void, that's one thing. And the interception has been less, as well as the ball recoveries has been less. So these two are again the damning factors that why Liverpool are actually conceding a lot of shots on targets and a lot of actions as well. So if you see Kirk's stats, they're not. It's not a major drop off from the last year, but because of how the structurally, docile Liverpool have been, or they're not been at their best. I mean, at their best is an understatement. They've been actually pathetic. Uh, this all actually comes together and actually creates trouble to a lot of people, and this is actually creating a lot of issues to Liverpool majorly. And Mo has been obviously very, very underconfident. I don't know, maybe has Diego's tragedy maybe affected him badly, or he is losing his focus. He has AFCON also, which is coming in, so maybe is he thinking about that? He's still thinking about some sort of a players actually that uh, are actually new in the team. What he would do with that, and so there are a lot of things actually which are actually going wrong for Mo, but. We just hope that he will be back because he's physically he looks excellent actually, and uh, I don't know, it's been really really bad. So you see the stats, and there are shocking stats actually if you see the comparison of Mo, right? So his shot accuracy has actually dropped. His shots on targets have dropped actually, and he has missed a couple of setters. Let's not even talk about the goals he is getting right now. The passes attempting per 90 minutes is also it has actually lessened. The passing accuracy almost same, right? He has given again his he has given more forward passes last year. Again, that has also there. He was part of more duels also last year, and that's a startling stat. Now, another shocker is actually the tackles made. No tackles which has been made is actually crazy to even believe. He was making tackles last year. It was zero point 0.6 per match. So even in 38 games, you can say 20 to 23 tackles he made. But this is actually a damning thing. He has made clearances again. Whole Liverpool team, I think they would be pretty high on the clearances. So that's another stat. And the interception, yes, he has been involved in intersections together. But again, it's a stat which actually shows a lot of things and actually points out the fact that the number one player of Liverpool's attack has really been struggling, and I think combination of the fact that everything is kind of going wrong for Liverpool. So, firstly, Slot is unsure that what exactly his strategy is. So that's due to the fact that he wants to win all the tournaments. He wanted to do that at the end of the season. You have got filled a lot of these players together in the team. Secondly, it's been again, as I've said before, it's been that Liverpool are not used to having so many, I would say, Lamborghinis actually together running in. They are not built for that maybe, and it will take a lot of time for them to have superstars together, a team of Galacticos. Uh, Liverpool has never been a team like that. And thirdly, it has been that the existing players they needed to players actually need to step their games up, which they have not done, which we have seen in the stats also. And the fourth one is obviously the balance has actually been shaken off badly. So what are the fixes actually? So the first fix which I would actually have is to actually play with the system. I mean, if I pick up a team, it might be a 4-4-2 or it might be 3-5-2 wherein the midfield has to be there. There is no midfield in Liverpool right now, and that's one of the biggest reason why we are seeing a lot of these things. Secondly, what I would do is I think it's time to actually give a good run to Joe Gomez actually at the right back or at the left back, maybe Andy Robertson at the left back and Joe Gomez at the right back, and this kind of a team, that's what I feel would be a great team. I still would start more in most of these games, and I would have a midfield of Soboslai, I think, who has been one of the best players for Liverpool this season. I would have Gravenberg for sure. I would have Curtis Jones. I would have Mo, and then I would definitely have Ekitike. I may not have Words right now to start off with, and I would obviously play Cody Gakpo also in the team. My main concern right now has been that there is not that much of energy in the team. So who brings energy? There are players like Gravenberg, there are players like Frimpong who's unfortunately injured. Andy Robertson, even though he's not very athletic as he used to be, but he's still that guy who actually brings a lot of that maturity and that passion for the game. There are a lot of players who are actually scared of actually going into a duel or a tackle. It just feels as if Liverpool are just getting scared of that physical part of their game, and that's where I think they need to improve. So as Liverpool fans, our hope is that we actually improve and we just get better with every passing game weeks, because Arsenal right now are looking like they're running away with the game. It's not much has changed with Arsenal. They have actually added a depth in the team, but I think they're performing to the level which they did last year also. But I think we have actually gone down badly. So right now, the focus has to be to get that stability, get firmly in top 4 5, because we would have 5 slots hopefully because of Champions League performances of English clubs. But to get to Champions League, I think that should be the first one. The second one then should be that where we are in 5 10 games and how it goes. And that's the only thing we can hope for, because now the game against Aston Villa is really critical. And one more loss, then I think Slot would be in real trouble. So that's about it. That's from my end about my beloved team Liverpool. That how things are going wrong and what is actually happening at Liverpool. I just hope that everything goes pretty well for them now in the future. So thank you for listening to me, and I just hope that you can subscribe to my channel, and I would have those videos coming in more often now. So take care. You never go.